Somewhere beyond what is immediately visible, events have already begun to align in ways you cannot yet fully recognize. A quiet shift has taken place in the background of your life, subtle enough to go unnoticed at first, yet meaningful enough to redirect what comes next. A decision has formed within someone's thoughts, one that unexpectedly connects to your path more closely than you imagined. As you move through your day, small changes around you begin to make sense in hindsight. Altered tones in conversation, pauses where words once flowed easily, and moments where clarity seemed to fade without explanation. What once appeared as distance may have been necessary space for reflection, and what felt like uncertainty may have been careful consideration taking shape. In this unfolding process, someone tied to your journey has reached a point of resolve, turning private contemplation into action. Even choices that seemed sudden, such as a planned trip or a change in timing, are rooted in deeper thought rather than impulse. Behind the surface, there was observation, repetition, and quiet weighing of possibilities before any step was taken. While the outward world remained unchanged, an inner threshold was crossed, setting events into motion that are only now beginning to reveal their direction. Even now, subtle signs continue to emerge, guiding you toward understanding that nothing has been random and everything has been quietly moving toward a moment of realization that is unfolding for you. A new direction opened, and suddenly, what once felt impossible began to feel necessary. Do not skip now, because this part matters more than you think. Sometimes the biggest changes arrive quietly first, without announcement, without warning, without dramatic signs. They begin as one small decision, one private booking, one hidden confirmation, one thought repeated late at night, until courage finally appears. The surprising part is not only that travel was planned, the surprising part is why the timing changed. A holiday that once looked predictable is no longer following the old path. Something shifted emotionally. A person who once thought they would stay where they were has started imagining another place, another conversation, another possibility connected to you. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The energy around this change is stronger than it first appears. There are details not yet spoken aloud. There are words being rehearsed internally before they are ever shared. There is anticipation building in silence. What makes this moment powerful is that the outside world still looks normal, but internally, everything is rearranging. One calendar changed, one expectation moved, one plan that others assumed was fixed is no longer fixed. Even people nearby may not yet understand why that person suddenly became thoughtful, distracted, or emotionally distant for brief moments. It is because a larger thought has entered their mind and refuses to leave. There is also a reason memories are returning now. Certain moments connected to you have become louder in their thoughts than before. Familiar words, old feelings, unfinished conversations, and possibilities once ignored are appearing again with unusual strength. That is why this holiday period feels different. It carries emotional weight that cannot be hidden forever. Do not skip, because something unexpected follows this. The booking itself may seem simple, but behind it sits a deeper intention to interrupt what has become routine, to create a moment that does not feel ordinary, to step away from noise and move towards something meaningful. And while nothing has fully unfolded yet, signs are already appearing. Delays that looked frustrating may actually be protecting timing. Silence that felt confusing may actually be connected to preparation. A person who seemed uncertain may now be more certain than they have shown. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This holiday change carries more emotion than anyone around you realizes. The next message, the next call, the next unexpected update may arrive when least expected, but it will make previous confusions suddenly make sense. Right now, the strongest thing to understand is this: not every important movement announces itself loudly. Some of the most powerful moments begin in complete silence, while one person decides they cannot ignore what they feel anymore. And this is only the beginning, because what follows after that decision may reveal why this trip was never just about travel at all. And now, the silence around this situation is becoming even more meaningful, because what happened after that booking was made is something almost no one around them noticed. A simple confirmation appeared, a time was selected, and after that moment, their thoughts became impossible to hide completely. Even while speaking normally, even while moving through ordinary routines, part of their attention stayed fixed on what is coming next. Do not skip, because this is where the hidden meaning becomes stronger. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the reason behind this holiday change is deeper than anyone first imagined. There was a moment when they looked again at the plan they had almost ignored before. They checked details more than once, not because of confusion, but because emotionally they were feeling the weight of what this trip could mean. A place became more than a location. A date became more than a date. It started to feel like a turning point. What makes this extraordinary is that, while others may think it is just a trip, internally it represents a shift they have been resisting for longer than anyone knows. They did not arrive here suddenly. Over time, a series of quiet reflections gradually shaped a decision that no longer felt sudden, but inevitable. Many private moments accumulated like layers of experience, each one contributing to a shift in perspective about what this season might become if familiar patterns were finally left behind. The usual rhythm of expected choices began to feel less meaningful, replaced by a subtle curiosity toward something different and untested. In that quiet space of reconsideration, new possibilities started to appear more appealing than repetition. Internal dialogue intensified as hesitation and resolve briefly competed, creating a tension between staying safe and stepping forward. Moments of delay almost reasserted themselves, yet something deeper resisted returning to old cycles. Instead, a clearer sense of direction began to form, shaped by accumulated thought rather than sudden impulse. This moment carried the weight of transition, where stillness gave way to movement. Even small decisions felt interconnected, suggesting that one change could influence several outcomes at once, setting off a wider chain of adjustments across plans that once seemed fixed. In this unfolding shift, certainty did not arrive all at once, but gradually replaced uncertainty through reflection and acceptance, marking a turning point toward deliberate change. It reflects a quieter form of courage, expressed not through noise but through steady inner alignment with change. Nothing here arrives abruptly, yet everything feels like it has been building toward this single point of release, and forward motion begins. Other conversations begin changing, other expectations begin shifting. Even people nearby may soon realize something important is unfolding, because small details are no longer matching the old routine. Do not skip, because the next stage may come unexpectedly fast. A message, a sign, a sudden emotional openness, or a conversation that feels different from before may arrive when least expected. What makes this unforgettable is that some decisions are not loud when they begin, but later, everyone remembers the exact moment everything started changing. This may be one of those moments. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The strongest part is that this decision was not made from impulse alone. It carries intention. It carries meaning. It carries a quiet desire to create something different from what has been repeated before. Even now, while nothing fully visible has happened yet, the emotional atmosphere is already changing. A person who seemed unreadable is becoming internally clearer. A direction that looked uncertain is becoming more defined, and what follows next may reveal why this trip was chosen now, at this exact time, and why this holiday season may not look anything like what anyone expected only a short while ago. What happened next made this situation even more extraordinary, because after the booking was completed, there was a pause, a very unusual pause, as if they suddenly understood the weight of what they had just set in motion. For a few quiet moments, nothing else mattered except the thought of what this trip could awaken, what it could change, and what could no longer remain hidden once everything begins to unfold. Do not skip, because this next layer carries the strongest meaning yet. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the emotional truth behind this holiday shift is only now becoming visible. There are decisions people make with logic, and there are decisions people make because something inside refuses to stay silent any longer. This feels like the second kind. A quiet feeling became impossible to ignore. A thought returned repeatedly until action finally happened. The remarkable part is that after choosing the destination, they did not immediately move on. They stayed there, looking again, almost imagining scenes that have not happened yet. That tells you this trip carries emotion far beyond travel itself. It is connected to expectation, imagination, and something they have been unable to fully express. A holiday usually follows familiar patterns, familiar people, familiar timing, but this time, something inside them resisted repetition. They wanted this season to feel different. They wanted this moment to hold meaning that previous seasons did not carry. Do not skip now, because the hidden truth is powerful. Sometimes when someone changes a holiday plan suddenly, it means their heart has already changed direction before anyone around them noticed. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Even small details around them are beginning to reflect this shift. Their attention drifts unexpectedly. Certain conversations no longer hold them fully. Their mind returns again and again to what is approaching. What makes this unforgettable is that they may not even know how strongly this decision is connected to deeper feelings. Sometimes, people explain choices with simple reasons, while the true reason sits quietly underneath, shaping everything. There is also a sense that timing matters now more than ever. Something that once could wait no longer feels comfortable being postponed. A person who delayed emotional clarity may now feel that delay itself has become too heavy. Do not skip, because another surprising detail follows. This booking may also represent courage they did not believe they had before. Courage to change routine, courage to choose differently, courage to allow something meaningful to move closer. And while the world still sees ordinary days passing, inside them, anticipation has already begun. The holiday no longer feels distant. It feels personal. It feels connected to a possibility they are quietly protecting until the right moment arrives. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. In moments when life quietly shifts direction, change rarely announces itself loudly. It begins with a subtle refusal to keep repeating what no longer feels meaningful. At first, the focus seems simple. Where to go next? What steps to take? How to move forward? Yet beneath that surface thinking, something deeper starts forming. An awareness that the journey is not just about distance, but about what it might awaken emotionally along the way. Conversations that have long been avoided begin to feel possible again, and unspoken truths start pressing gently against the edges of thought, waiting for the right moment to surface. As plans settle into place, momentum builds faster than expected. As though once a hidden intention is acknowledged, everything around it begins to align in response. Then comes a quieter reflection, not a change of direction, but a lingering curiosity about what this experience might reveal once it truly begins. That thought does not fade quickly. Instead, it stays, growing heavier with meaning, as if it understands more than the conscious mind is ready to admit. What appears on the outside as a simple break or planned escape carries within it a more delicate purpose. The destination may be clearly chosen, but the real reason remains carefully held within, shaping the journey in ways that only become clear with time. It unfolds gradually, often in ways that cannot be predicted or fully understood at the outset of the journey. What makes this powerful is that after confirming the plan, they began imagining possibilities they had pushed aside before. Certain conversations returned to mind. Certain unfinished emotions became impossible to ignore. Even ordinary moments started feeling different because they knew something ahead was now real. A holiday change often looks small from the outside, but inside it can signal that someone is ready to stop repeating what no longer satisfies them. They may not say it directly, but internally they are choosing movement over hesitation. Do not skip now, because something rare is unfolding. The more this journey approaches, the clearer their feelings become. What once felt uncertain is beginning to settle into quiet certainty. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. A person does not keep revisiting a decision unless that decision touches something important inside them. They have already looked at the details again, replayed timing again, and imagined how this shift may change more than one thing at once. The strongest part is that even while speaking normally to others, a private excitement has begun to grow. It is subtle, but real. A quiet anticipation appears when they think no one notices. That happens when someone senses that an upcoming moment may carry more meaning than they first expected. And there is another detail that cannot be ignored. This holiday change may not only affect their schedule, it may affect the emotional direction of the days ahead. Certain words may be spoken differently. Certain silences may suddenly become meaningful. Certain truths may feel easier to express once distance from routine creates space. Do not skip, because what comes next may arrive without warning. A message, a change in tone, an unexpected openness, or a sudden sign may appear when everything still looks calm. Sometimes the most unforgettable moments begin before anyone else realizes they have started. One hidden booking becomes one emotional turning point, and later everyone understands why that exact day mattered so much. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The atmosphere around this decision suggests that something long delayed is moving closer, not loudly, but with undeniable intention. And the deeper truth is this: they are no longer preparing only for a trip. They are preparing for a moment that may feel completely different from anything they expected when they first made that booking. And now the final layer becomes impossible to ignore, because the closer this journey comes, the more everything around it begins to feel connected in a way that cannot be dismissed as coincidence. What once looked like one private booking now feels like the center of a much larger emotional shift, as though one decision quietly opened a door that had been waiting for the right moment. Do not skip, because this final part carries the strongest meaning of all. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what happens next may explain why this holiday change arrived exactly now and not earlier. There are moments when a person suddenly understands that staying inside old patterns no longer feels right. They may not announce it, they may not explain it, but their actions begin speaking first. That is what makes this booking so powerful. It appeared quietly, yet it carries the energy of someone finally listening to what their heart has been repeating in silence. What is extraordinary is that, after making this plan, they did not return emotionally to normal. Instead, their thoughts kept circling back to what lies ahead. A small detail here, a memory there, a moment of quiet reflection, all of it started building expectation. This is not only about where they are going, it is about what they believe could happen once they step into a different atmosphere, away from routine, away from familiar interruptions, away from the usual noise that often keeps feelings hidden. Do not skip now, because one powerful truth sits underneath everything. When someone changes a holiday plan unexpectedly, it often means they are ready for something emotionally new, even if they have not fully said that aloud. Sometimes, anticipation begins long before anything actually happens. when the mind quietly moves ahead of the present moment and starts shaping experiences that have not yet arrived. In such situations, people often rehearse conversations internally, imagine how different words might feel when spoken aloud, and even explore how a single journey could eventually turn into something more meaningful than its surface purpose. This kind of quiet mental preparation creates an unusual emotional weight, where simple plans begin to carry hope, expectation, and reflection all at once. At times, outward behavior may appear slightly different, not because something is wrong, but because attention is directed inward, toward what lies ahead. Moments of silence or distance can simply reflect deeper thinking and internal alignment with upcoming change. The timing of events often feels significant, not due to randomness, but because personal meaning is being attached to them gradually. Over time, these experiences build into a subtle shift in perspective, where ordinary plans begin to feel like turning points, and what once seemed simple slowly becomes a chapter of emotional significance that will be remembered more deeply than expected. Initially, as understanding grows, after the moment has passed, and clarity replaces early uncertainty, revealing how quietly important the decision truly was. In hindsight, even small choices often appear more meaningful than they first seemed, shaping memories that last far longer than moments themselves, and leaving a lasting emotional imprint that defines experience entirely.